Legend Total War here, and today we've got a bit of a disaster battle, but it's more of a challenge, I suppose. Like, the guy who was sent in the email has issued me a challenge. So I'm going to read out the actual challenge that he's sent out, read out the email, word for word, and then we're going to fight this battle. So he says, "Hi Legend, I find it more interesting to manage my battles on my own, but it's always nice to watch someone with great talent and years of practice pulling off stuff I'd never think of because of lack of knowledge, or would find it hard to do on half speed what you do with no pause. The battle attach would be impossible in comparison to 70% plus of your disaster battles you feature on your channel. It took me lots of pauses and all of my ammo with selective targeting to win this, so if you consider it worthy, I dare you to win this battle first try. Short battle description. Short. Dwarves versus Wolfric, minor settlement siege. Level 3 Slayer. Lord, no items, gyros, and a bunch of filler crap units. Almost mid-tier Wolfric army plus garrison with a bunch of AA units. I'm assuming that means anti-air. Monstrous infantry, mammoths. Thanks for your content, have fun." Okay, so first thing, let's go into the difficulty setting, and let's make it even more difficult by bumping up the AI stats. So he was playing on the normals. I'm going to put on battle realism mode because I don't need to pause anyway. And let's jump in here. Now, I'm not going to cut out the load screen here so that it doesn't look like it's been edited, because he wants me to do this first try. So, here's the thing about people challenging me. I used to actually have a segment, like when I first started on YouTube, like challenge me to certain things, and what ended up happening is a lot of people would issue challenges that were definitely tough, but they were very silly. They're like, "Hey Legend, I dare you to win the game with just one unit." And like just recruiting just one unit. It's just stupid stuff like that. And what it would be challenging stuff for sure, but it would be really bad videos. And ultimately, my job here isn't to really prove to people that I'm like super good at the game, bruh. Like, I just don't care about that anymore. It's more a case of entertaining people, and I try to do that in a skillful way, but doing things like doing the most insane challenge, sometimes those most insane challenges end up being interesting for about 5 seconds, and then people just like, okay, that was a cool concept, and we get it, and we're bored, you know, that kind of thing. And so I just don't really like to gravitate towards that too much. But, you know, this is just one battle, so shouldn't be too much of a time sink, and maybe you guys will find it interesting, and maybe you'll find an interesting video. We'll see. So here's what we want to do. Because it's a minor settlement siege, we can take our time, because there's no timer on it. And what we want to do is firstly use the gyrocopter trollhammer torpedoes and take out all the key units before they start popping up towers everywhere, and maybe take out a couple of those towers, but we don't really have to because they only really prioritize tier 1 towers. Now, if we do a good job of this, we need to avoid anything with like missile units. If we do a good job of this, we'll be eliminating tons of their balance of power. Now, I've removed the balance of power bar because I turned on battle realism, but we'll know when the balance of power is in our favor because the music will switch. So the reason why we want to take out Wolfric first is so that we inflict a permanent -10 morale penalty on the AI. And then we start taking out single entity monsters with these guys. Basically use up all their ammunition before we start moving in with any of the other units. So that giant's got to go, for example. But we don't have to kill it, we just have to shatter it or escort it off the battlefield. Okay, things like this coming in like that is a pain. Now, it is large, so we could use our missiles against it, but it wouldn't be very efficient. They're actually not great. It's not a great use of our ammo because we can't restore our ammo. Now, also, I do recognize as well that I could have put some equipment on this guy, but I didn't want to make this battle any easier for me than it was for him. So we're up on nice high ground here. You want to get in really, really close to them so they're accurate. If we were over here, the damage input would be higher, but I'm looking for accuracy here rather than damage output, because accuracy is damage output if none of our shots miss. Because like he said, he was very selective with his ammunition. You have to be careful with it. There's nothing too dangerous here. Now, it is not good enough to just rout Wolfric. He had to die. Okay, so we've inflicted the morale penalty. Now, here's the thing as well. Because I bumped up the difficulty, that gave the AI a +8 morale bonus compared to what he was fighting it on, which meant that killing Wolfric It basically counts for nothing. So yeah, we really want to get right up in their face with this, because these guys, at long range, are quite inaccurate, which is fine in most cases, but when you have to kill a lot and you can't restore their ammo, then that can be a little bit of a problem. Now, again, with this unit here, we don't need to kill it, we just need to shatter it. Once it's shattered, it's effectively dead. Because, like, any shots that we don't have to shoot, we shouldn't, which is why I've turned it off fire at will. Okay, that should shatter. Because it's at minus 55. Yep, hang on, did it shatter? Should shatter. Is it gonna? Yeah, okay, there we go. Did you know that minus 55 is the lowest the morale can go? And that's, I think, the shattering point. Actually, I think minus 50 is the shattering point, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I've never seen a unit lower than minus 55 morale. I think that's the actual bottoming out.
It is a reckoning.
Okay, just a couple more shots. Okay, there we go. Stop, stop, stop. At minus 55, it shatters. Oh, wait, it didn't shatter. Okay. Is it minus 55 for like a second? Hang on, hang on, hang on. You don't want to blob them up together, because they do have a habit of shooting themselves. Shooting each other. Alright, I've taken a little bit of damage. I think it was friendly fire, though. There might just be towers or something shooting at us. Yeah, come on. Get... Yeah, there is a tower shooting at us. I don't think that tower there is a high priority to shoot. More the ones out front, where these guys are going to be fighting soon. You can see these guys, we hit them, but we killed one of them, so they can't regen to full. Now, another thing as well, that when trying to inflict massive amounts of morale penalties, you want to dish out damage over a very short period of time, because the damage penalty has got, like to morale, has got two stages to it. It's like instant morale penalty that decays over time, and then like a permanent one that is less severe. So that should shatter it. Yep, cool. No need to waste any additional ammunition if we don't have to. Alright, so this one over here, I do want to kill it, or more like rout it, whichever, but it has to be standing still, because we don't want to miss a shot, and it's easier to shoot a target that is standing still. And you want to kill it quickly so it doesn't get any chance to use its regen. Cool. Good, 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 good. Thank you very much. Alright. Any more single entities? Yes, there is. There's a giant over there. We've still got plenty of ammo, so we're good for now. They just shot down one of our guys, though. That's a problem. Who did that? Couldn't possibly have been a tower. Could it have been friendly fire? That's interesting. But yeah, losing a gyrocopter basically means losing ammunition, so that's not ideal. Alright, there are quite a few of these missile units hanging around. But yeah, not worth targeting them. I didn't know to shoot that. I still don't think that we should be taking out these towers, because they are very low damage. I'm actually really not sure how that one died. The only explanation I can think of is that we caused friendly fire on ourselves, but I wasn't shooting at that time, so I'm just not sure. Now, the giant can be taken out fairly easily by crossbows, so I'm not overly concerned about taking that out, whereas it's actually more important for us to take out skin wolves because of our flaming attacks here and their regen. However, they are not worth as much in the balance of power. Careful with these guys right here, but they're not really shooting at us because we're on the opposite side of the barricade. I don't want to get any closer because I don't want to get shot at. Okay, we need to escort this one off the battlefield. That one's not going to shoot us, it's fine. Okay, just escort this one here off the battlefield so we don't have to waste any ammunition. So don't shoot at it. It's pretty close to the edge. Just escort it off, and that's essentially a dead unit. So it can't rout if it is close to an enemy unit. And that was the plan there. Okay, there are quite a lot of towers popping up now. But again, the towers aren't the ones doing the damage to us. I'm fairly sure I must have shot myself, but I wasn't shooting. I mean, sometimes these guys just do that. This is what it is. I don't know, it could have been a tower. Really hard to know exactly. Watch out for those, because those throwing axes can do a lot of damage. And, like I said, we want to be shooting at the most efficient stuff we possibly can. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Okay, skin wolves, that's got to go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Those throwing axes are armor piercing, so we got to be really careful about that. So, again, the reason why we're not sending anything else in right now is because we're specifically targeting their highest value units with our highest value unit. I want these guys to completely use up their ammo before we move on to anything else. Okay, we've also got bombs, and now it says that these are anti-large bombs, but they're actually not. They're fine to use against infantry. Sometimes the game lies to you. Okay, that one's just it's shattered. That's good. We do not need to kill it down to the last one. See, that's another weird thing with that one that died, which makes me think that maybe you got hit by a torpedo. Is that usually you start losing entities when you get to maybe having lost 30% health. So that's what makes me think that we got hit by a torpedo, because a single shot of the torpedo could destroy a gyrocopter. So again, the reason why we want to focus on a unit, this one regenerates, don't give it the chance to regenerate. Plus we want to shatter it as quickly as possible, and the way to do that is dish out the damage within like a 10-second time frame. Get right up close and personal. This is too far away from the edge to be able to escort it off the battlefield. It'll rally. But only one of them needs to shoot. Now, they can reload while moving. They just can't shoot while moving. Okay, good. That's gone. Back, back, back. Yeah, a lot of towers forming up now. We are starting to take enough damage that we're getting close to another entity dying. But we're also almost out of ammo. So just chill. It's okay. Alright, now that we're low on ammo, we should really consider taking out this giant. Now, the reason why I haven't prioritized it up until now, again, we can take it out with the crossbowmen. And the flaming attacks are very useful against the skin wolves. Also, we don't need to wipe it out entirely if we have to pull back, because... Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Dodge, 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 dodge. Because it doesn't regenerate. It can't regenerate. There is nothing we need to worry about there. Alright, I'm going to go after these skin wolves here. Because the thing is, shooting the skin wolves with crossbowmen can be a little bit tricky, because these guys move around a fair bit. They're reasonably quick. They can dodge a crossbow shot, but they can't really dodge a troll hammer shot. Okay, here we go, here we go. Especially at point blank range. That's what you want to do here. We don't want to use our long range here. We're going to lose one soon. See, that's what I would expect to see if we were getting shot by towers. You lose a fair bit of health before you lose any entity, because most of the entities are getting shot. Okay, careful, or else it'll just end up destroying the barricade, which we do not want to waste what little ammunition we've got left. Just wanted to escort this one off the battlefield, but just be careful because of those. They will do a lot of damage to us. Time to use our bombs. I'm usually not too worried about being 100% efficient with these, just because it's a lot of effort and I just don't want to waste a lot of time. We've rallied. Now, after these guys have used up their ammo, it would be best for us to actually use these guys to soak up enemy ammo. Not soak them up, but just sort of waste it. Oh, we actually killed them to the last one. That's fine. Another thing that we could get them to do is actually melee the towers to death. Because after they've used up their ammo, what do we need them for anymore? Oh yeah, plus we got... Oh yeah! This is good. Bit of extra health. But yeah, I don't want to be destroying towers before that. Okay, is that going to shatter or what? I don't have time to escort that off the battlefield. Okay, this one here has used up its ammo. Go and take out that tower here. Right. I got a couple of shots left. Now, these guys can't restore their ammo anymore. Alright, what's left? There's still a skin wolf unit over there. It's still playing chaos music, so even though we've taken out most of their monster units, they still have the balance of power here. Alright, so that'll probably take them quite a while to destroy that. I need to get over there without getting shot, ideally. So I think the best way to do that is actually go out this way and go the long way around. They would have built all their towers by now, so trying to be quick. That's not the way to win this battle. How's that going? Real slow. So any loss of these gyrocopters at this point is acceptable, as long as we don't lose the entire unit. Yeah. Cycle charging can help a bit with that. How we going? Almost done. Come on. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, we get moving over that way. Okay, point blank range because we only got 3 shots. Make them count. And these are skin wolves armored. Even more valuable to take out. Should have been targeting those before the regular ones. But with the last bit of shot, we should be able to finish this one off.
Nothing can stop us. Plow through. I know.
Thing is, with the Trollhammer torpedoes, they have a base of like 20-second reload time, so it does take him a bit to sort that out. Okay, we got 1 volley left. It probably isn't going to finish it off. But it is what it is. Come on. Alright, that's it for our ammo. And now let's take out some of these towers with what we've got left. These guys still have their regen, don't they? Yeah. Alright, well, we broke it, but they've still got a lot of their entities. Is there any chance that we could escort them off the battlefield? Probably not. I'll try, though. No, it's too late. It is what it is. Alright, let's get rid of some of these towers. We're going to lose a few gyrocopters, but that's okay. Because you got good replenishment in this region, if we occupy it. But let's take out these towers so it doesn't interrupt everyone else now. Because we've got to move on to the next stage of the battle, which is the regular gyrocopters, or even the grudge thrower. Maybe we should use up that first. Okay, take out these towers so they don't interrupt us. Alright, so with the grudge thrower, let's start moving it up. And we're doing the opposite with that one, taking out enemy infantry. So I need to be as efficient as possible because, yeah, the bounce power is still not in our favor. Okay, did it use up its... Yeah, it has used it up now. And this is going to greatly help the other gyrocopters when they come in, because they're going to have to take out infantry as well. Although they're actually pretty good at taking out cavalry, which is why I didn't try to shoot them with these ones. Even though the cavalry are large and these are anti-large, sometimes you got to ignore that kind of shit and understand exactly how it works. Because with this anti-large, like, each individual shot of the gyrocopter here, they do so much damage that they actually end up overkilling the... I gotta get this one out soon. The unit will survive as long as a single one of them survives, so that's why I'm gonna keep them going in here. Just a little bit longer. Okay, get this one out. It's done now. I'm gonna be cycle charging because they get a huge amount of bonus of damage on them when we charge in. Okay, I think we can still destroy another one. That's it. Keep on charging. Because, yeah, if you just leave them in combat, they tend to just not really do much damage. It's all about that charge bonus. Okay, there we go. Another one down. Alright, is that it? Are there any towers left? I think we may have gotten rid of them all. Nope, there's one over here. Because, yeah, they can't rebuild them anymore. Ooh, it's going to be tight. Because every time we lose a gyrocopter, we also lose some damage output. But we just might manage. Oh man, they're lower health than these guys. But more entities. Come on. We got it. Okay, I think that's the last of the towers. Anyway, I don't want to smash these guys up more than they... Oh, there's another one over there. What are we going to do about that? We'll just have to use the other gyrocopters when the time comes. Okay, don't withdraw them from the battlefield. Just leave them over here. Alright, now... We'll move in reasonably close, because we've taken out the towers in this general area here, I believe. Yep. So as long as we don't go here, we shouldn't be shot by towers. We want to make sure that our guys here are going to be as accurate as possible. Another thing with the grudge throwers, and maybe I should be using them later, is that we can get the enemy to maybe pull around the demon slayer and then shoot them. And if that's the case, maybe we should be using the gyrocopters first. Okay, so I'm going to take these here out of control group 1. You're now control group 1, you're now control group 2. I'm going to use you at the same time. Now, these guys here I've found... Actually, they'll be good at taking out the skin wolves that we didn't finish off, because they're flaming attack. Now, these ones here, infantry. Now, I actually don't want to take out the javelin units, because I consider them very, very easy to fight in melee. We want to be taking out things like marauder champions. So just make sure we're not moving. Shoot. Don't worry too much about using our bombs. That's it. Okay, now these ones here, just keep them in reserve and wait until we see that... They're actually pretty good against, like, cavalry units. Like, these ones here should be pretty good. But we want to use them against the marauder horsemen throwing axes. Even though they're almost out of ammo, they'll still be a bit of a pain. So again, try to shatter it if we can. Hopefully that should shatter it, I think. Well, it's not going to recover its... Yeah, it did shatter. Okay, that's good. Alright, don't worry too much about this one right now. Alright, let's take out the marauder horsemen throwing axes, because we do outrange them. Ever so slightly. And the regular gyrocopter shots are actually better, in my opinion, against cavalry than the trollhammer torpedoes. Because these guys here, their ammunition isn't worth as much. And they seem to do about the same amount of damage, because these ones here, I feel like they've got more of an explosion to them. And they don't overkill the marauder horsemen. Just remember to keep moving back and forth so that those shots don't hit us. Because, yeah, its range is pretty similar to ours. Because they're shooting back at us. Because, yeah, that's definitely a threat. So I'm going to keep being as efficient as I possibly can. Okay, we're getting into a bit of a blob, which means friendly fire could end up happening. Keep being as efficient as we can until the music starts playing like dwarf music. Then we know that the bounce power is in our favor, and we basically got this. But it's not at that point yet. Okay, just because it's broken doesn't mean we're done with them. We want them to shatter. And sometimes just shooting them a little bit extra. Come on, shatter. There we go. That one's gone for good. Alright, high value units we got to get rid of. So, marauder champions, that's high value. Because, yeah, our guys here, they are armor piercing. So, that could be good. But, yeah, shooting something like mortar spearmen, that'd be a waste. Like I said, highest bounce power units. And if we look at our bombs here, they're 50% armor piercing. Marauder berserkers would be a good one to attack. Okay, hang on. They've got a blob over here. I'm just going to quickly go put a bomb down on them. before the blob disperses, which...
Off we go.
No. This way, this way.
Cattle can, cattle
I didn't mean to do
can.
that. Come on. The blob is dispersing. Oh well.
Move now.
There'll be other opportunities.
Go. Nothing can stop us. Strike out. Move now.
Yeah, anytime that they're like mixed in like this, that's pretty good for us. Because yeah, these ones do kind of an explosive radius. Do I need to wipe them out completely? Yeah, it's not great against the Marauder Berserkers because they're in loose formation. We should really be focusing on... Yeah, don't focus on him at all. That guy's a waste of space. Alright, just looking for... Okay, let's get... Alright, let's get these two... Sorry, these four. And go and take out the... No, okay, so if I do that, they will actually shoot at it. We've got to use up our ammunition first. So what is left here of particular... Okay, Marauder Champions, that's high value. So there's a few Marauder Champions there. It's good that we're not getting shot anymore. Those ones I'll take out with the brimstone guns. Marauders with great weapons. Yeah, go for these Marauder Champions here. It doesn't matter if they've got shields. I'm pretty sure this just ignores their shields because they're not really considered small arms fire. They're explosions. So, shooting them in the back or shooting them in the front, basically the same. Doesn't matter. Could bomb them. Just not yet. Main thing here is just make sure that we're actually got a good angle. Don't be shooting terrain. Also, we don't need to wipe them out to the last man with these ones. Because if they're hanging around with like a really small amount of health, and then we charge on in, they're probably going to break straight away, especially if we keep our forces together. Okay, you guys are free to come over here now. Let's take this out. Alright, what's left that's of high value? Icehorn Marauders are, yeah, moderate value. I mean, they are a regiment of... Hang on, blob forming. Let's make use of it. Come on. Come on, blob forming. Don't waste it. Okay, I'm really not the best with using these bombs, but I've never really thought that. In most battles, in some though, that it was the deciding factor. And it's not like we're doing no damage, it's just that's the difference between bouncer power shifted. I don't know about you, but I think I'm winning. It hasn't been so difficult so far. All I've done was done an order of operations and basically just been patient. That's all I've done. That's not difficulty, that's just patience. Anyone can learn patience. Anyone can learn that. It's really not, it's not a difficult skill to learn. I don't know. Trust me, you learn a lot about patience. Wait, move them back. When you're a Total War fan, especially if you're a historical Total War fan. Yeah, where my Medieval 3 fans at? Sorry, Medieval 2 fans. Medieval 3 doesn't exist yet. Maybe never. We'll see. Okay, so we've used up all of our bombs with those. Still got our bombs with these ones here. But the fact that the bounce power's in our favor means that there's a good chance that we'll inflict a premature evacuation on the enemy and early army losses. Hey, but 40 minutes is not going to be early. It took you 40 minutes. No. What I mean by, as I've explained before, an early army losses means that army losses when the enemy still has like a good amount of fighting force left, but we've just basically triggered the conditions for it. And the way that we do that is by preserving as much balance of power as possible on our side, while inflicting the minimum threshold needed to cause it on their side. But yeah, all this means is the bounce of power right now is pretty much about even, maybe a little bit skewed in our favor. Now, if we use up all of this ammunition here, it may start playing chaos music again. So another idea is to maybe not use up all of our ammo, but honestly, I'm really not too concerned about that because I feel like this is going pretty well so far. The worst thing that happened so far in the battle was that first gyrocopter that I think got shot by friendly fire. Because that did lose us some ammunition, some damage output. But then losing the gyrocopters after doing that, after using up the ammo, that doesn't matter so much. For the sake of the battle, it definitely matters on his campaign side of things, but I don't expect he's going to get counterattacked after this. Okay, just make sure we're actually being efficient with this somewhat. Also notice how I'm not targeting their Marauder Hunter Javelins. It's because they're typically low balance of power units, and since they can't restore their ammunition anymore, I just don't consider them like a primary threat when we've got limited ammunition, because there's other ways of dealing with them now. Because we can go into melee with them, as long as they don't shoot at us, and we can trade really well against them. And they just can't cover all their bases. Again, ignore this guy, he is worth next to no balance of power, and trying to shoot him would be a waste. Okay, some more of the champions in there. What's this? Just regular marauders, that's fine. I don't see a whole lot of enemies left. It's mostly just their missile units now. Sure, some people say that their berserkers would be a higher value target, which they are technically, but their loose formation makes them harder to hit. So if they blob up on top of another unit, then they become suddenly a higher priority target to shoot at. So that way you're hitting more than one troop at a time. But it's not like these marauders here can't beat a minor unit on this difficulty. They definitely can. Okay. I actually wish I still had... No, I've still got bombs. Go, go, go. Get over here. Perfect opportunity. Come on, you gotta move fast. Oh, look, it's playing chaos music again. I've actually dropped the bounce of power. It must have been pretty close in the first place. That's okay. At least we know it's pretty close. And the thing is, we don't even need the bounce of power to be in our favor in order to win, because it started off pretty badly against us. Oh, yeah. Drop it all down, because we weren't going to get a better opportunity than that. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Watch out. Don't you dare land. I do want to use you with melee, just not yet. Last little bit of shots. Okay, with their ammo, because they don't have much ammo, we have to make sure that we're specifically targeting the one unit they're good at, which is these ones over here. Thing is, they don't do that much armor piercing. Alright, they're out of ammo. Go take out that last tower. Now, funny thing is, we can actually use these guys here to take on, in melee, the Marauder Hunters and stuff like that. If we absolutely need to. So if the music is switching back and forth between yours and the enemies, what that usually indicates is that the bounce of power is pretty damn close. So it's not definitively in our favor just yet. Okay, close range, because these are a bit weird. Yes. Yeah, I've never really liked brimstone guns that much. I really think that they're quite inefficient compared to the other two variants of gyrocopters, which is why I usually disband this one. If they had more ammunition, it would definitely be better, but they're shorter range. Sure. And also they're kind of low damage output. Just kind of doesn't make it worth it. I think the main thing they're banking on is their flaming attacks, which, again, I just don't value flaming attacks all that much. And then again, the other troll hammers they've got as well. That being said as well, troll hammers, you can't actually get shitloads of them. The fact that you've put 2 into this army here is, I don't know, it's like kind of a waste. Like, unless, definitely don't ever disband them. So using up a lot of ammunition. We may be best off just escorting this one here off the battlefield at this point. I don't think that's going to shatter it. I don't want to waste any more ammo. Okay, so this is why we got a cycle charge. Alright, good. Alright, with the last little bit of their ammo, What should we be shooting? Okay, so once again, it's playing our music. Alright, so I think we got a bit of wiggle room here. Let's shoot at them. Because we only actually killed 2 of them up until that point. And is that going to shatter them? Come on, shatter! Oh, minus 49. It's such a waste of ammo, but shoot him now. Because we'll also hit these guys here. Oh, get back, get back, get back, get back. Okay, one died. That one, it's probably gonna rally. We've got to get over that. Because, yeah, it says minus 33, but they are recovering, and they've got, you know, a bit of distance they've got to travel still. Maybe use this one here to take out the Marauder Berserkers. Okay, just escort it off the battlefield. We just don't want... We don't want these guys here fighting our infantry if we have to use them. Ideally, it'd be great to win the battle before we've reached that point. We've still also got the Grudge Thrower ammunition, but they try to dodge that a lot. So, I'm not a huge fan of using that. Alright, while they're on the barricade here, they're actually kind of in a tight formation, so it might be worth shooting at the Marauder Hunters here. Not so much the Javelins, because these ones here are armor-piercing, where those ones there are not so much. Shit! But they're anti-large. And the next phase is sending in our infantry, so they're going to be more dangerous to the next phase. And we can waste their ammunition a lot easier because they have longer range. Okay, Skin Wolves are dealt with. There are none left. That's it. That's it. Dodge their shots where we can. How's their range compared to ours? They've actually got longer range. So if we're going to shoot at them, we got to be... shoot and then move. And we've inflicted the army losses. Cool. Alright, so when this guy said more difficult than 70% of the disaster battles that I fight, that is fucking untrue to the nth degree. Absolutely untrue. This was not difficult. This was just a matter of patience. I mean, I didn't even attack. And this was my first attempt. Of course, there's no way to prove that. But I've fought so many battles just like this in my own campaigns. I've actually played a lot of Malachi Makason, so I really know how to use gyrocopters and how to get a lot of efficiency out of them. As proven here, definitely wasn't really what I would consider to be a worthy challenge. This is what happens sometimes. People watch me fight disaster battles and they go, "Oh my god, that looks so easy," and then they get into a disaster battle that they find difficult, and they think it's comparable, but it's not. So, it just happens. There you go. Heroic victory. Minimal casualties for you. I would rate this on a difficulty scale of about a 2 out of 10. So, again, 70% of disaster battles? No. This is maybe more difficult than about 5% of the disaster battles I do. In fact, I probably wouldn't have even picked this up because it's a minor settlement siege, which meant we can take our time. Anything that you can take your time on is relatively easy as long as you have enough ammunition, which we definitely did. The most difficult disaster battles, which are the ones I usually do, don't give me a fucking second to breathe. Like that Boris one, for example, that took me fucking all night to beat because I had to attempt that one so many times. That was truly difficult. But that actually made for a really terrible video as well. So there we go. I'll send the save file back to the guy. Because, yeah, it didn't even matter about the Slayer. And we did it on higher battle difficulty as well, which probably didn't end up making any difference. Because that mainly affects their melee capabilities, and I didn't get into melee. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Typically speaking, guys, if you're going to issue a challenge to me, I would recommend don't. Because my goal is not to just accept challenges from people. If you've got a difficult battle that you can't win, send it in. Or if you've got an interesting battle that you just think will be an interesting fight. Typically speaking, sieges are not interesting. By all means, send it in. But don't try to inflate your own ego by saying, "Oh, Legend, I bet you can't win this." Because usually I just ignore that kind of stuff because I actually don't care if I can or can't win it. The most important thing is that I'm entertaining my audience. And sometimes those situations are just not entertaining and so it doesn't pique my interest. So if you want to get my attention, interesting battle is the key thing, not I dare you to win this battle. Usually I ignore those. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Later, guys.